In March, I'll have started this channel over a year ago. And for me, it definitely doesn't feel like a year, but at the same time, when I look at my consistency throughout the year, I'm actually a bit disappointed. I do not think I have given it my all, or not even my all, even half my all, to stay in control of my content system, if you like. There's a few reasons for that. The main one being, at the start of the year, I just went, right, I need to do something that is different, more intense, out of my comfort zone, and I got pushed into YouTube by my coach at the time, and it was one of the best things I could have ever done. Now, I'd done the standard thing of post 10 videos in the space of 6 weeks, and then post 10 videos in the space of the next 4 months, and then post 10 videos in the space of the next 6 months. Roughly, that's not exact. But I've done that standard mistake of go balls to the wall at the start and then burn out and stop. And that is something I don't want to do. It's not a way I like to be at all. Now, up until September, I was pretty consistent with at least a video, if not 2 videos a month. Again, not the standard of consistency I wanted, but it was the standard that I was operating at. And then I went into this rugby camp, quite intense professional setup for about 6 weeks, and I took that as an excuse to step back from business, because mentally I was like, I've been playing rugby my whole life, this is an opportunity I could go head first at and give it my all. So anytime I was sat with a bit of work I needed to do, or something extra that I could be doing, I gave myself the rationalized mentality of, oh, but you're doing this, you need to preserve energy, so relax. And so I did, and I listened to it. And do I regret that? Probably not. But at the same time, when it came round to stopping that program, well, full time anyway, I didn't get back on the same path. I didn't go back to my old content habits and structure and routine. And ultimately that led to not having as much business. A few numbers dropping and not making as many sales, not getting as much people on board. The clients in the business were fine, but in terms of bringing new people on, it sort of suffered. And I'm still actually reaping the negatives of that to this day. It's a lot better, but when you fall off and don't get back on track, it affects you for much longer than just a month or two. Your life is a lagging measure of the inputs that you consistently put in. So when you stop putting those consistent inputs in, your life down the line suffers. Now, that is not something to sit and be dwelling in and almost suffer within. It's something to use as a lesson. It's something to sit back, accept, and not want to happen again, and make sure it doesn't happen again. Now, within that whole period, there was a lot of things going on, to be fair. Personal and professional life. It was just a very intense period. And those are the periods that you actually learn a lot more about yourself than you think. You always come out of a period like that as if done the right way, as a better individual. You've got more understanding of yourself, probably got more sympathy for other people in other situations, and just in general, you have probably grown a bit through the shit, which is unfortunately mostly where we grow. But the biggest lesson I took from that was that effort in one area doesn't give you the right to neglect it in another. Especially when that other, like my business, is so important for myself. It really makes me feel aligned and fulfilled when things are going well. And when they're not, it can make you feel a bit shit. And unfortunately, sometimes you have to go through periods where you drop off, where things don't go to plan, and it is your fault, to realise that and to not let it happen again. Now, how can that relate to yourself? So many people hit that point so often. How many times in your life have you told yourself you're going to get fit, got into a 6-week plan or committed to it for a short amount of time and then given up and went below scratch and then hated yourself even more for it, and then had to claw your way back up, get yourself to a point where you're feeling half decent again, and as soon as you feel good you just do the same thing again. You're in this self-destructive vicious loop, and that's ultimately what makes us feel shit. The more promises we keep to ourselves, the better we feel. The more promises we make and break, the worse we feel. And ultimately, I think it is that simple. If you know what you need to do to move yourself forward, if you know what you need to do to get back on track, feel better, feel confident, feel accomplished, capable, like you're moving in the right direction, if you know what you need to do those things, do them. Implement them into your routine. That doesn't mean spend 4 hours a day reading, 2 hours a day in the gym, and sleep for 4 hours a night. No, it means do a couple of small habits that you know make a big impact, and do them consistently over a long period of time, and eventually they'll compound. Now, the last 3 months of that year were quite a big lesson, and lessons are good. But if you make the mistake once and learn from it, then it is a lesson. If you make the mistake multiple times and continue to not learn that lesson, then you're just going to keep falling down the same problem. It's a great quote. It's a religious one, but God will keep giving you the same problems until you learn the right lessons. And whether you're religious or not, I'm not religious, but I think that's a fantastic quote. You're going to keep running into the same problems if you do not learn the lessons that you need to learn in order to overcome them. So going forward, if you seem to keep bumping into the same problem, then on your end, there is something you are not learning. There is something you are not changing in how you think, how you operate, and how you structure your life that is causing you to run into these problems. So figure out what that is, sort it, and get back on track. Peace, troops. Drop a like and a sub.